Hey, happy days, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today let's talk about the expression, wash your hands of something. Of course, washing your hands of something means you are going to withdraw your support, you are going to disassociate, disown, cut off responsibility for, not take responsibility for anymore, either a person or an organization or a thing or a job or a situation. This expression comes from the Bible when Pontius Pilate said, hey, it's not my fault that Jesus is going to get executed. There's nothing I can do about it. He's going to die. And in front of the crowd, he literally washed his hands and said, hey, it's not my fault that Jesus is getting executed. Now, ever since that time, people have said and used the expression to wash their hands of something when they are going to not take responsibility for it, when they are going to separate themselves from, disown, or otherwise sever and not pay attention to something anymore. Something or someone. A lot of times it's a person that we're not going to be involved with anymore. I'm divorced, so I washed my hands of my ex-husband. No, I didn't really. We still are getting along. We're working on selling a house together. But I have washed my hands of certain people, certain organizations, certain situations in my life and in my past. We all do that. We all grow things. We leave one thing for another. We don't necessarily burn our bridges or burn the boats, but sometimes we do have to just cut and sever all ties. In our businesses, one of the most important things to look at and pay attention to, and it's really hard for us as entrepreneurs and business owners, especially when we're trying to grow and supersize our business, is our relationships with our customers. I'm here to tell you, all customers are not created equal, and the customer is not always right. Now, this is from an ex-corporate quality executive saying, the customer is not always right. If you have a customer that is causing your organization so much trouble and so much grief that you're not making any money in them, your people are dissatisfied and unhappy, you know you're serving the wrong customer, and you're better off washing your hands of that customer, severing your tie with that customer, and serving people that you're here to serve, that you're more meant to serve. It is a challenge, though. I actually, my Italian food business, we were running and clipping along, and I had a customer who actually represented about 80% of our gross revenue, and put up with them because I thought we had to. And they started to get ridiculous and demanding and unacceptable to work with. They expected us to actually lose money on their account, and that's not a business. That's not even a hobby. That's stupid. And after a year of working with them and trying to change it, was actually longer than that, but after a year after I said, hey, we're not doing this anymore, I ended up having to fire that customer and let that customer go to other vendors because they were causing us 98% of the problems and drama in our organization, and it wasn't worth it anymore. Within 3 months, we replaced that volume and ended up going on to increase our business much more without that customer. And I'm sure they thought that when we lost them that we'd be out of business, and that just wasn't the case. When you're not serving the right people, sometimes you have to wash your hands of them. Same with our relationships. I was in a really bad business partnership. I entered into it thinking it would be awesome, but also having some reservations, and it turned out to be one of the worst decisions and the worst things I've ever done in my life, and mainly because my ex-husband and I decided to go in business with someone, and I have since washed my hands of that person. That is one person I have no contact with, do not talk to, will never talk to again, won't speak about, but never will talk to again or have anything to do with, because their morals and ethics and values and beliefs are such a mismatch for mine. So sometimes in business and in relationships and in organizations, we need to sever ourselves and move on and just not be a part of them anymore. So is there something or anything in your business that you need to deal with, that you need to wash your hands of? Sometimes we have a problem employee in our organization, and instead of dealing with them, we skirt the issue, we make excuses for them, not unlike our spouses or significant others or children. Sometimes we need to hold them responsible for their behavior and know that they won't be in a relationship with us if they don't do what's right by us. If it doesn't feel good to you, it's not the right relationship for you. So if you have any examples of where you've had to wash your hands of something, someone, some organization, I've had values mismatches with places that I've worked before, and I've had to leave that organization because their values turned out deep down to be slightly different than mine. But we just need to do that as we personally grow and develop. 4-year-old granddaughter. We need to do those things. I would never wash my hands of her. Anyway, go out, make it an awesome day. If you have any examples or stories about washing your hands of something, I would love to hear those. Share those in the comments below, or feel free to direct message me. Have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom, what it means, its origin, if there is one, and even if there isn't one, I'll tell you that, because if it's an expression or something like words, just like the phrases and words we use, if it's been around a long time, it's been around for a reason, and it has an impact and an emotional impact on the other human beings that we're involved with. And we want to know what those are so that we can decide, is this something I want to do? Is this something I need to look at in my business to help it grow and supersize? Is this something I need to do to grow as a person so that I can be the leader that I'm meant to be in order to lead the organization that I want to create? Have an awesome day. Catch you tomorrow.